Have you ever wondered why some people smile at you, but deep inside they wish you didn't shine so bright? This is the hidden face of jealousy. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. It hides behind fake encouragement, behind silent eyes, behind forced laughter. And yet it's there, lurking in the shadows of human behavior. Jealousy is one of the most complex emotions in human psychology. It is born when someone sees in you what they cannot find in themselves. Your courage, your progress, your light, they all remind others of the battles they've lost within their own hearts. Instead of facing their wounds, they choose the easier path, resenting you. And the painful truth is, many times it's the people closest to you, friends, family, colleagues, people who clap with one hand while the other is quietly holding back their applause. Think about it. How often do you meet people who truly celebrate your victories with pure joy? Very rare. Because the human mind naturally compares. We measure ourselves against others. We look at someone else's life and question our own. And when the gap between where they are and where we are feels too wide, jealousy is born. It's not your success that hurts them. It's their reflection in your success. But here's the most important thing. Jealousy is not always obvious. Not always obvious. It wears masks. Some people will never openly admit it, but their actions will always betray them. They will show subtle signs, quiet signals that reveal the storm they're hiding inside. The danger isn't in recognizing jealousy, it's in ignoring it. Because when you ignore it, you allow it to slowly poison your peace, your confidence, your growth. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you know how to protect yourself from the weight of jealous heart? Because the truth is, if you don't see the signs, you might mistake jealousy for friendship, you might confuse resentment for love, and you might surround yourself with people who secretly want to see you fail. This is why you need to understand these hidden signs. But here's the gift for you. If you stay with me till the very end of this video, you won't just learn how to recognize jealousy. You will learn how to rise above it. You will learn how to build a shield so strong that no amount of envy can break through. You will see that jealousy is not your enemy. It's your confirmation. It's proof that you're moving forward, proof that your light is bright enough to disturb someone else's darkness. So listen carefully, because what you'll discover here can change the way you see people forever. Once you learn to identify these subtle patterns, you will no longer waste your energy on those who secretly compete with you. You will no longer doubt your worth just because someone refuses to acknowledge it. Instead, you'll rise with even greater strength, knowing that every jealous glance is a silent testimony of your power. Jealousy has existed since the beginning of time. It was jealousy that made Cain turn against Abel. It was jealousy that made kings fear their rivals. It was jealousy that made friends betray friends. The human heart has always struggled with envy. And in today's world, where everyone showcases their lives, their wins, their beauty, it only grows stronger. But here's the truth you must remember, that jealousy has nothing to do with your value. It has everything to do with their emptiness. The psychology behind it is simple. When people feel insecure, when they feel left behind, when they feel unseen, they search for someone to project those feelings on. If that someone is you, it means you are living in a way that wakes them up. Your success is a mirror to their failure. Your courage is a mirror to their fear. Your happiness is a mirror to their pain. And instead of learning from you, they choose to resent you. But you must not bend. You must not shrink. You must not dim your light just because it makes others uncomfortable. Remember this. Jealousy is proof that you carry something valuable. People do not envy what has no worth. Nobody envies mediocrity. They envy greatness. And if you are envied, it means you have something worth protecting, something worth building, something worth keeping. So stay with me, because in this journey you will learn the 7 hidden signs of jealousy. These signs will open your eyes. They will help you protect your peace. They will remind you that not every smile is genuine, not every clap is honest, and not every clap is honest, and not every friend is truly happy for you. And by the end, you'll walk away with something even more valuable than knowledge. You'll walk away with power. The power to see people as they are, not as they pretend to be. And once you gain that power, no jealous heart will ever hold you back again, because your destiny is not in their hands, it's in yours. Why jealousy exists? Jealousy begins where comparison takes root. The human mind is naturally wired to measure itself against others. From childhood, we are taught to compete. Who runs faster? Who scores higher? who shines brighter. This habit grows with us, and as adults, it transforms into something far more dangerous. We stop competing for growth and start competing for validation. When someone else achieves what we secretly desire, our insecurities rise to the surface. That emotion is jealousy. Sassy, emotion is jealousy. At its core, jealousy is not about the other person at all. It's about the emptiness inside the one who feels it. When people see you succeed, it forces them to face what they have not done. Your progress exposes their stagnation. Your courage highlights their hesitation. And instead of being inspired, they choose resentment, because it is easier to hate what shines than to build their own light. Psychologists say jealousy is a defense mechanism. It is the mind's way of protecting fragile self-esteem. When someone feels they cannot compete with you, their ego whispers. It tears them down, so you don't feel small. This is why jealous people criticize, mock, or downplay others. They are not attacking you. They are shielding themselves from the pain of their own reflection. But here lies the power you must remember. Jealousy is never truly about you. It is a confession of someone else's wounds. When a person envies you, they are silently admitting that you have something they wish they had. That is not your burden to carry. You are not responsible for the battles they refuse to fight within themselves. So when you sense jealousy, do not see it as a threat. See it as proof that you are walking a path others cannot ignore. Jealousy means you are visible. It means you are making noise in a world where many remain silent. It means you are alive in ways that others only dream to be. And once you understand this truth, their envy will no longer weaken you. It will strengthen you, because it reminds you that you are moving forward and nothing can stop a soul that refuses to dim its fire. Hidden sign harsh when they downplay your achievements. One of the clearest signs of jealousy is when people minimize your success. You share your good news, expecting joy, but instead you receive silence, forced smiles, or words that shrink your achievement. They might say, "It's not that impressive," or "Anyone could have done that." Their goal is not to congratulate you. It is to reduce the weight of your victory so they don't feel small in comparison. This behavior is deeply rooted in psychology. When people feel insecure, celebrating others feels like admitting their own lack. So instead of clapping for you, they convince themselves and try to convince you that your win is nothing special. They want you to doubt yourself, but to feel as if your hard work was not worth it. It's their way of protecting their fragile ego, but it often comes at the cost of your confidence. Think about it. How many times have you achieved something meaningful, only to have someone brush it off with a casual comment? That moment stays with you. It makes you question if what you did was truly valuable. But here is the truth. Their reaction has nothing to do with the worth of your achievement. It has everything to do with the emptiness they feel inside. Never allow someone else's inability to celebrate you become the reason you stop celebrating yourself. Your victories matter, no matter how small they may seem to others. Every step forward, every milestone reached, is a symbol of your persistence, your courage, your growth. When someone downplays it, they are only exposing the shadow in their own heart. Remember this powerful principle. People don't criticize what doesn't matter. If they try to reduce your success, it means your success touched something inside them. Do not let their words shrink you. Stand tall in your achievement. Own it with pride. Because your progress does not need their approval, it only needs your belief. And the more they downplay you, the more it proves that you are doing something worth noticing. Hidden sign hush too. They copy you without giving credit. Another powerful sign of jealousy is imitation. When someone secretly envies you, they may start copying your style, your words, your habits, or even your ideas. On the surface, it might look like admiration. But look deeper, because admiration celebrates, while jealousy imitates in silence. They want what you have, but they cannot acknowledge you as the source. So they take pieces of your identity and wear them as their own. This happens because your success has awakened something inside them. They see in you the traits they wish they had. Instead of building those qualities within themselves, they take shortcuts by mimicking you. But here's the truth. Copying does not come from strength, it comes from lack. It is a sign that they feel inferior and hope that by imitating you, they can borrow your power. Psychology explains this as a defense against insecurity. When people don't feel confident in their own uniqueness, they try to merge with the identity of someone they envy. But notice, they rarely give credit. Why? Because giving you credit would force them to admit they look up to you, and that would feel like surrender. So they keep quiet, pretending originality while their actions silently confess the truth. You are their hidden influence. But do not be disturbed by this. See it as confirmation that you are ahead. Nobody imitates mediocrity. People only copy what stands out, what inspires, what carries value. If they borrow your style, it means you've created something worth following. If they mirror your actions, it means you've carved a path they cannot ignore. Instead of feeling drained by their imitation, let it strengthen you. Because no matter how closely they try to replicate you, they can never capture your essence. They can borrow your moves, but they can't steal your spirit. Your originality will always remain untouchable. And when you recognize this sign, you will no longer be threatened by their copying. You will see it as proof that you are walking in a light too powerful for them to resist. Hidden sign has 3 backhanded compliments. Jealousy often hides behind the mask of false kindness. One of the clearest ways it reveals itself is through backhanded compliments. These are words that sound like praise at first but carry poison underneath. Someone might say, "You're doing well," for someone like you, or "I didn't think you could actually pull that off." Notice the subtle sting hidden inside. It is not encouragement. It is a disguised attempt to remind you of where they think you don't belong. The psychology behind this is simple. A jealous person struggles between 2 emotions, admiration and resentment. On one hand, they see your achievement and cannot deny it. On the other hand, celebrating you feels like admitting defeat. So, they settle in the middle. They deliver compliments that wound. They want to appear supportive, but in reality, they are trying to pull you down, word by word. The danger is that if you are not careful, these disguised insults can seep into your mind. They can make you second-guess yourself. You may walk away from what seemed like a compliment, but deep down you feel smaller, weaker, less capable. That is the power of hidden jealousy. It doesn't just attack your success, it attacks your belief in yourself. But here is what you must remember. Words are reflections of the speaker, not the listener. A backhanded compliment is never a true mirror of your worth. It is a mirror of their envy. Their words reveal more about their struggles than your value. When someone gives you praise dipped in bitterness, recognize it for what it is, a silent confession of their insecurity. Do not waste your energy defending yourself against such words. Instead, use them as fuel. Let every disguised insult remind you that you are doing something they cannot ignore. Because if you were not shining, there would be no reason for them to hide poison in praise. Hold your head high and know this truth. Genuine confidence does not need to insult others. Only jealousy does. Hidden sign hash 4, they disappear in your success. One of the most painful signs of jealousy is silence during your victories. Pay attention to those who are loud in your struggles but quiet in your success. These are the ones who check on you when you're low, not out of love, but because your weakness comforts them. Yet the moment you rise, they vanish. They cannot bring themselves to celebrate you because your light makes their shadow too visible. This behavior is not about forgetfulness. It is intentional. In human psychology, jealousy thrives in comparison. When you achieve something, it forces others to see the gap between your progress and their stagnation. Applauding you would mean admitting that you are ahead, and their pride cannot accept that, so they withdraw. They hide behind silence, hoping their absence will make you doubt the importance of your win. Think about how victory feels when the people you expected to cheer are nowhere to be found. That silence echoes louder than words. It can hurt deeply because you expect support from those closest to you. But remember, your worth is not measured by their response. Their absence is not a reflection of your achievement. It is a reflection of their emptiness. True friends, true supporters do not vanish when you rise. They clap the loudest because your success feels like their success. When someone disappears during your growth, they are revealing where their heart truly stands. Their silence is their confession. So do not let this break you. Let it open your eyes. Learn to separate those who want you to heal from those who want you to stay broken. Celebrate your own progress, even if no one claps. Stand firm in your victories, even if the crowd grows quiet. Because success is not about how many cheer for you. It is about how much stronger you become despite the silence. And the truth is, if they cannot stand your rise, they were never meant to walk beside you in the first place. Hidden sign hash 5, they criticize small things about you. Jealousy often hides in the details. One of the most revealing signs is when someone constantly points out your flaws, no matter how small. It could be your choice of words, the way you dress, or how you handle a situation. Nothing you do seems good enough in their eyes. This constant criticism is not constructive. It's a silent attempt to diminish your confidence, to remind you that in their mind you are not perfect. Psychology explains this behavior as a defense mechanism. People who feel threatened by your success search for weaknesses to hold on to. By focusing on minor imperfections, they create a sense of control. If they can convince themselves or others that you are flawed, it softens the impact of your achievements. It is easier to downplay someone's light by magnifying tiny shadows than to admit they are ahead. The challenge is that these subtle attacks can wear you down over time. When repeated, they plant seeds of doubt. You may start questioning your choices, your abilities, your worth. But here is the truth. Their criticism is never about you. It is about their insecurities. They are trying to measure themselves against your growth and failing. So they attempt to drag you back into their comfort zone of mediocrity. Recognize this pattern for what it is, a reflection of someone else's envy, not your value. Every time they highlight a flaw, remind yourself that their perception is clouded by jealousy. The more they try to pick you apart, the more your strength becomes obvious. True confidence does not need to attack others. Only jealousy does. So instead of letting their words wound you, let them empower you. Every minor critique is a sign that you are moving forward in ways they cannot match. Your growth shines too brightly for them to accept, and that is exactly why they try to diminish it. Stand firm, trust your journey, and remember, the opinions of jealous hearts are nothing compared to the power of your own belief in yourself. Hidden sign harsh 6. They compare you constantly. Jealousy thrives on comparison. One of its most common signs is when someone constantly measures you against others. They bring up what others are doing, how others are performing, or how someone else could do better. It's as if your achievements are never enough on their own. They have to be weighed against someone else's success. This constant comparison is not innocent. It is a subtle strategy to make you feel ordinary, to chip away at your confidence one thought at a time. Psychology tells us that comparison is one of the most destructive forces for the human mind. When people feel insecure, they search for ways to justify their envy. By comparing you to someone else, they create a story where you are no longer the focus of success, but just one among many. Their mind convinces them that by framing you as average or just like the rest, they can quiet the discomfort of seeing you rise. But here is the truth. Comparison is always a trap. It serves only to distort reality and weaken your self-belief. When someone constantly compares you, they are trying to impose their limitations on your perception of yourself. They want you to see your achievements through their lens of insecurity, not through your own lens of progress. Recognize this behavior as what it truly is: jealousy disguised as observation. The need to compare is proof that they feel threatened by your uniqueness. They cannot celebrate your growth because it forces them to confront their own stagnation. And the more they try to frame you against others, the more obvious it becomes that your journey is yours alone. The power lies in how you respond. Refuse to let their comparisons shape your self-worth. Your success, not a competition. It is a reflection of your effort, your discipline, and your resilience. Every time someone tries to compare you, remind yourself that you are not defined by anyone else's story. You are defined by your own courage to rise, to grow, and to shine regardless of what others say. And when you see this, jealousy loses its power over you entirely. Hidden sign harsh 7. They act like your friend, but compete in secret. The most dangerous form of jealousy is hidden behind a mask of friendship. Some people will smile at you, listen to your problems, and act supportive. But behind that smile, they are silently competing with you. They compare, they envy, and they wait for a moment to undermine your progress. This hidden rivalry is often the hardest to detect because it disguises itself as care and concern. Psychology explains this behavior as a blend of insecurity and a desire for social advantage. When someone cannot match your achievements, they may try to stay close to monitor your growth, to find weaknesses, or to subtly influence your path. Their presence feels like friendship, but their intent is competition. They want to keep you close enough to see what you do, but not close enough to genuinely celebrate your victories. This type of jealousy can be confusing. You may feel gratitude for their support, while simultaneously sensing a strange tension or strange tension. Perhaps they give advice that seems helpful but is designed to manipulate, or they offer praise that doesn't feel sincere. These are silent signals of envy. Their energy is not aligned with your success. They are walking a dual path, smiling in front while resenting in secret. The key is awareness. Recognize that not every smile, not every nod, not every friendly gesture is genuine. When someone consistently competes while pretending to be a friend, it is a reflection of their fear of being left behind. They are not attacking your worth, they are struggling with their own. Understanding this allows you to protect your peace without hostility. Use this awareness as strength. Surround yourself with those who genuinely lift you and distance yourself from those whose friendship is conditional or competitive. Hidden jealousy loses its power when you refuse to internalize it. Stand firm in your path, honor your victories, and maintain clarity about who truly supports. Your light is too bright for disguised rivalry to dim, and when you embrace these truths, you step into a space where only authentic connections can thrive. Jealousy may try to hide behind friendship, but it cannot disguise itself from a mind that sees clearly. The more you recognize it, the less control it has over your confidence, your energy, and your growth. Your journey belongs to you, and no hidden envy can take that away. Jealousy is more than a feeling. It is a reflection of human nature. At its core, it arises from insecurity and fear. When someone feels that they lack what another person possesses, the mind instinctively reacts with comparison, resentment, and subtle sabotage. Understanding this helps you see that jealousy is never truly about you. It is about the inner struggle of the person feeling it. Psychologists explain that jealousy is a defense mechanism. It protects fragile self-esteem by projecting inadequacies onto others. When someone sees you achieving what they desire, success, confidence, recognition, they feel threatened. Their mind convinces them that reducing your achievements will make them feel better. It is a mental shortcut to temporarily relieve discomfort, but it comes at a cost. Their envy often becomes visible in actions, words, and attitudes. Jealousy also feeds on fear, the fear of being left behind, of being overshadowed, or of losing relevance. It is a reminder that human beings have a natural desire for validation and recognition. When they cannot obtain it through their own efforts, they seek it by comparing themselves to others and subtly undermining anyone who surpasses them. But here is a powerful truth. The presence of jealousy around you is a mirror of your growth. People do not envy what is ordinary or unremarkable. Your success, your courage, and your determination trigger envy because they remind others of what they lack or fear to pursue. Understanding this changes perspective. It transforms jealousy from a threat into a confirmation that you are on the right path. Knowing the psychology behind jealousy allows you to respond with clarity and calmness. It helps you separate their actions from your worth. You no longer absorb their envy as criticism. Instead, you see it as a reflection of their own struggles, and you maintain your focus on your journey. The stronger your understanding, the less power their jealousy holds over your mind, your energy, and your confidence. Jealousy cannot touch what is grounded in self-awareness and inner strength. When you understand the roots of envy, you gain the ability to rise above it. You realize that no matter how others act, your path, your progress, and your potential remain untouched. And that knowledge is freedom, the freedom to shine without hesitation, to grow without fear, and to live without the weight of someone else's insecurity. Jealousy doesn't just impact the person feeling it, it can silently invade your life and energy. When you are surrounded by envy, it can create doubt, tension, and distraction. You may begin to question your worth, hesitate in your decisions, or second-guess your achievements. This is why recognizing jealousy early is vital. It can quietly steal your confidence if left unchecked. Human psychology shows that negative energy is contagious. When people resent your growth, their behavior can subtly influence your emotions. Their criticism, comparison, or hidden competition can make you feel smaller than you are. If you internalize their envy, you may start to measure your progress by their reactions instead of your own effort and vision. This is where jealousy becomes dangerous, not because it can stop you, but because it can make you doubt yourself. Yet here lies a powerful realization. The impact of jealousy is only as strong as you allow it to be. Their envy cannot dictate your value unless you give it permission. Every critical word, every comparison, every subtle attempt to undermine you is a reflection of their inner struggle, not your reality. When you see this clearly, you regain control of your emotions and your focus. Awareness is your shield. By identifying jealousy and understanding its motives, you prevent it from sabotaging your growth. You no longer let their opinions or hidden resentment weigh on your mind. Instead, you use it as a reminder of your strength, your progress, and your potential. Every time someone envies you, it is proof that you are moving forward in ways they cannot match. Remember, the presence of jealousy around you is not a sign of your weakness. It is a sign of your power. It can test your patience, your confidence, and your clarity, but it cannot define you. Your success, your mindset, and your peace are yours alone. And when you protect them, no amount of envy from others can shake the foundation of your growth. Jealousy may be a shadow in the room, but your light is far stronger than any shadow that attempts to follow you. Your peace is your most valuable asset, and jealousy from others can threaten it if you let it. The first step to protection is awareness. Recognize the signs, understand the motives, and refuse to internalize their envy. Once you see that jealousy is a reflection of someone else's struggle and not your worth, you gain the power to stay calm, focused, and confident. Boundaries are essential. Surround yourself with people who genuinely uplift you, who celebrate your victories without hidden agendas. Distance yourself from those whose energy consistently drains you or who mask competition as friendship. Protecting your peace does not require confrontation. It requires clarity and conscious choice. Decide who deserves your time, attention, and energy. Another key is self-belief. Trust in your journey, your efforts, and your abilities. When you anchor your confidence in yourself, the opinions, criticisms, and silent rivalries of others lose their grip. Jealousy can never penetrate a mind that is secure in its purpose. Your focus becomes unshakable because it is rooted in your values, your goals, and your vision, not in the approval or envy of others. Mindfulness and reflection help too. When confronted with envy or subtle attacks, pause before reacting. Observe the behavior, understand its origin, and respond with composure rather than emotion. By doing this, you maintain control over your energy instead of giving it away to someone else's insecurities. Lastly, celebrate your growth unapologetically. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Every victory, every step forward is a testament to your resilience and courage. Let your success be your motivation, and let jealousy around you be a reminder of how far you have come. When you protect your peace with awareness, boundaries, self-belief, and composure, no envy, no hidden rivalry, and no subtle criticism can disturb the life you are building. Your journey remains yours, untouched and unstoppable. Jealousy is not your enemy. It is proof that you are moving forward, proof that your light is too bright to ignore. Every glance, every word, every subtle attempt to diminish you is a silent acknowledgement of your strength. People do not envy mediocrity, they envy courage, determination, and growth. The fact that someone secretly wishes they were where you are is evidence that you are on the right path. Understand this deeply. Their envy cannot define your value. Their hidden rivalry cannot stop your progress. Their criticism, comparisons, or disguised insults have power only if you give it to them. You hold the real power, the power to focus on your journey, the power to celebrate your achievements, the power to rise above negativity. When you claim this power, jealousy loses its grip and you walk freely in your own light. The journey of life is filled with challenges, including the envy of others. But every step you take, every milestone you reach is a testament to your resilience and courage. Do not let anyone's hidden resentment steal your confidence or dim your fire. Stand tall in your achievements, honor your growth, and embrace your unique path. Remember, jealousy is a mirror, reflecting more about those who feel it than about you. It shows their limitations, their fears, and their insecurities. It does not measure your worth, it validates it. Every envious glance is confirmation that you are shining where others cannot. Let that knowledge strengthen you. Your life is yours to create, and no hidden envy can alter that truth. Protect your peace, nurture your confidence, and keep moving forward with unwavering focus. Celebrate your victories unapologetically. Surround yourself with authenticity. Rise above comparison and hidden rivalry. The stronger you become in your own self-belief, the weaker their envy becomes. You are unstoppable. You are remarkable. And every act of secret jealousy around you is proof of the impact you are making in this world. Let it inspire you, not deter you. Keep shining, keep growing, and remember, no shadow can ever extinguish the light that burns from within.